Well, welcome to the first full day of the 2019 Dallas International Film Festival. We have our director, producer, writer, star, Jill of all trades, of Before You Know It. She probably helped produce, am I right?
Yeah.
I was like,
all of it.
this is producing, right?
All right, so welcome Hannah Pearl and Mallory Schwartz of Before You Know It. Thank you guys so much for making time to come to Texas. We really appreciate you being here in Dallas.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to be here. Dallas is the best.
We're really into Dallas so far.
Yeah, okay. All right, where have you been so far?
The airport.
Whoa.
Magnolia Theater. We've been out
Oh my
to
goodness.
the drive to Fort Worth. Really, the architecture, honestly.
I was going to say, have you seen our beautiful freeways?
They're actually stunning.
Not bad at all, freeway-wise.
Really clean, really well designed.
Well, awesome.
And this neighborhood, too. The greenery is so nice.
Yes, it is really nice right now. I'm kind of impressed with us, actually, with our weather today. Apologies if you start sneezing.
We love
this is
sneezing.
Texas.
We don't get enough of it.
Okay, are you guys out of New York? Am I imagining that?
No, the movie is set in New York,
Yes.
but we live in LA. We used to live in New York. We met in New York.
Okay. So you guys have already had your world premiere, at the big dance at Sundance. So Mallory, how did that go? How did you guys feel about it?
It was a whirlwind. I mean, we were really excited about it, and we were really thrilled with the audiences. We had 7 screenings, I think. And,
wow.
And we're lucky. I mean, Sundance brings a big crowd, so it was really exciting. We sold out every screening, and the audiences were so warm and lovely, and I don't think we could have asked for a better premiere.
Yeah, we kind of we started hatching our plans at at Sundance a few years earlier. My co-writer and co-star and I had a short there that we had written and acted in, and Mallory came. We were like, why don't you come and maybe we can like scrounge up some money or some excitement about our feature. And that is where we met the lab people, so it felt like a full circle thing for us.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd love for you to talk more about the lab, because people that are not familiar with the festival circuit, that's going to be a very unfamiliar term to them.
Yeah.
So tell us about, first what it is, and actually what you guys got to do, what that contributed really to your final project.
Yeah.
Well, it started with the producing lab, which is not typical. Usually you start with the screenwriting lab, but Mallory applied to the producing lab.
Yeah, it worked out for our timeline that way. It's sort of the direction we took. But the creative producing lab is like a 10-day long intensive incubator, and it matches you with mentors who have been doing your role in the industry for a long time, that are very well established. But everyone who's there, who are industry people and producers themselves, and even directors come and talk to you. Everyone has the Sundance spirit, which is essentially like incredibly supportive of independent filmmaking and of telling stories that are personal and important to you, and how best you can implement the necessities of making a film in like the Hollywood landscape with the heart of your movie. So it's really helpful in steering the ship in that way. And then next we did Catalyst Women, which was a financing forum, which is where we found the first chunk of our budget, our financing, with our executive producers, who are wonderful and really supportive. And then handed to the directing labs and the screenwriting labs, which had a lot to do with our story.
Yeah. So Jen and I got to workshop the scenes. You shoot like 4 or 5 scenes from your movie, and they tell you to pick the ones you're most afraid of. And so I got to bring Jen out as an actor, so we could we'd acted in things before. We did a whole digital series, but we'd been working on these characters in this script for so long and didn't. I think we played ourselves in one reading of it, or we played our own characters. So that was the first time actually diving into those characters together, which was hugely important. And then we also met Judith Light that way.
Yes.
She was cast to workshop the scenes, or we cast her, and she just immediately fit into our way of working and taught us so much about her character and the story, and deepened it like 5 ticks just by inhabiting this character that we'd kind of been judging without having an actual person in that role.
Sure. You need someone that likes their character.
Yeah.
To make it really come across. Okay, I should have done this at the beginning, but for the folks at home that won't get to visit us here, give us a really quick, no spoilers synopsis. My bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I know what it's about, so.
No spoilers is a great reminder. It's about a family in New York, dysfunctional family who all still live in the apartment in which the two daughters were raised, with one of the daughters' teenage daughters and their father above a theater that they own and operate. So lots of drama, as you can imagine. And then things get even more dramatic when a family tragedy opens up this long-kept family secret, and the sisters are pulled into a literal soap opera. Mm-hmm. So they go from a tiny theater to a big soap opera, and in the course of their journey have to look at their relationship to one another and figure out how to take care of themselves. That was really complicated.
It's a comedic drama. It's definitely like a whole family coming of age. And
for a second, I thought you said a community drama. I was like, that's a great term. I like that.
We're living a community
drama.
We are. Thriller.
Okay,
maybe.
so tell me a little bit about your co-star, Jen, who is also your writing partner, longtime creative partner. How did you guys meet? When did you start working together?
We met 10 years ago. We started working together then. We were both working on things individually. I did a short film about a woman who accidentally slits her wrist and finds out she is in fact depressed. And Jen was doing like vaudevillian radio plays, and we were like, this makes sense.
That's really awesome.
And when you see the movie, hopefully that'll mean something to you, because our characters are
waitressing together in a soul food restaurant in Brooklyn.
Jen got me a job at the restaurant she was working at, where we would just get drunk waiting on people for brunch.
There you go.
And
fit right in with the brunch crowd.
Yeah, exactly. And hatch plans. And then Jen had the idea of sisters who find out that their mother is alive and on TV. And that stayed a constant throughout this writing process. But the movie has been so many different things as we've grown independently and together. And this current iteration, I'd say, has been in the works for like 2 years.
Okay.
But in the meantime, while we were trying to figure out what our movie was and how to get it made, Jen and I made the short I mentioned, Partners, which was directed by Joey Alley and went to Sundance. And then after that experience, after we were like, okay, we now have the experience of acting together in something, I directed a digital series that we wrote together called Disengaged.
Hannah had been directing independently and separately at the time that Partners happened. After Partners, it was like a good convergence where it made sense to kind of take on all three roles in Disengaged.
Yeah, and once it seemed like the movie was going to happen, it was like, okay, I need to direct as many things as I possibly can, and basically put myself through film school. And Jen was there for all of it. She was in all of them, and our writing dynamic has been many different things depending on what we needed it to be. Yeah, sorry, that's really vague, but
no,
we
it's
used
good.
to write in a room together, and then we traded pages. And since I started directing our work, I kind of take the lead on writing after we've broken the story and the characters together, and then we'll edit together and punch up on set. But we work differently with different people and differently on our own stuff. And
yeah, no, I love to hear about creative partnerships, because even on, I've only been on short film sets and everything, you meet people that are longtime creative partners and they've been working together since film school, since high school, things like that. And it's successful and it's fun and you just want to be a part of that team. And then you also meet people coming off a project, they're like, I'm so proud of this project. You're kind of like, okay, so the director and the producer won't be seen together. All right. I can tell. So I'm curious to know, being in a longtime creative partnership, plural partnerships, what are some of the strengths that all of you have, or contrasting strengths? the things that complement each other that contribute to a positive working environment and, a good creative flow.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and for Hannah and Jenna as well, even from being from the outside, I think independently, they're both extremely creative and talented people who do all the roles that they've done on this film on their own and can on their own, outright in any capacity. And I think it's just like a shared love and bond and mutual respect that makes it capable and able to create something so well together also. I think it's a frequent creative collaboration, but a creative partnership, I think, is I've worked with people who do that as well, who kind of like need each other to do the work.
Absolutely.
And this, I think, just elevates each other's work rather than being a necessity, which is really exciting. Exciting for me as a producer because I get to work with both people. And then
Mallory orchestrated all of this 10 years ago, unbeknownst to
I've been working on it. And then from the producing standpoint, I mean, I think it starts from the top and trickles down when you're on set, and so I think it's something Hannah and I wanted to have from the very outset of making sure that everyone who worked on our set read the script, which oftentimes doesn't happen. People
in
like
theater,
do their
that doesn't
job.
always happen. What's this play about that we just built a set for?
Cool. So it was important that everybody read and love the script, want to be a part of it, want to make it, and feel like a necessity to it being created. And so I think we just try to support everybody in their own roles and elevate them, but also create structure that allows everybody to be creative and flexible within boundaries. I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess socially we balance each other out well too. Jen is so caring on set. She's she's sweet to everybody. She becomes friends with everybody. Not that we aren't sweet to everybody, but when I have to be in front of the camera and behind the camera, it's really nice to have a partner who can represent us both.
Sure.
I try to lead the set in a way that creates an environment where everyone feels happy and safe and whatever, but I don't always have time to actually get to know every member of the crew or, and Jen does, and then she can kind of fill me in on the info, and then I have that to work off of the next time I see the anyway.
I love that. Is the community thing that we were kind of joking about that. That's incredible to hear that not only the cast, but all the members of the crew get kind of pulled into this fold so you guys can all move forward together.
100%. Yeah. And then Mallory does a really good job of filtering information. If I ever ask directly for something, I get the information right away, but we're never told anything at the wrong time. So if there's a potential crisis, we don't know about it until it actually is a crisis, or until there's something we could do about it, or so that also creates
unless it's a problem, and usually it can be solved. It doesn't need every person on the team to manage it.
I'm gonna have you write that down before you leave here. Be repeat to yourself as needed, Carrie. It's not a problem until
tattooed
it's actually
on
a problem.
Forward,
Yes.
I'm very wait, what? I need I need to have the information right then all the time. And so having someone who knows when I'll actually be able to hear it is pretty great.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think generally we tend to have a calm set too, which is not always the case.
That's true.
We do.
Yeah, that's something I care about a lot from my standpoint, because it's how I operate, and I don't think that high levels of intensity necessarily infuse a greater
produce better work. It's people's lives. It's not I don't believe that art is more important than people's lives.
Art should be torture.
I think it's as important.
Yeah,
but
that's
this
a really
is
common held belief is that
the tortured soul artist.
Exactly. Or I've heard so many times the worst run sets are the best films, or there's all these little cliches and sayings, and they're not true.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have to be terrible. You can enjoy your work, your life, your partnerships, and the art you make.
Yeah. And still have good, fulfilling, exploratory art.
Yeah, we were excited to go to set every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
It's the goal.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you guys have other things to do while you're here in our lovely city of Dallas. Pick up your Claritin first. Just pro tip: get that Tylenol allergy stuff. But again, thank you for bringing Before You Know It here. Oh, before we go, what is the next thing that's happening? Like, where are you guys headed next?
For the movie?
Yeah.
We have Newport Beach Film Festival.
Nice.
We have a string of film festivals we're going to, but we just announced we got picked up by 1091, and we will be out in theaters in the fall.
Yeah.
Good on you. Okay, is there Instagram, Twitter, anything we can keep up with you on?
Before You Know It Movie.
Okay.
Is our Instagram handle. And we're posting where we're going to be, what festivals we'll be at all summer long, and as soon as we have news about a release date and what cities we're launching in first, it will be there too. So follow us, find us. Yeah.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Well, Mallory, Hannah, thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes with us, and I hope you have a lot of fun. I hope to see you back.
Thanks so much.